This morning on Action News, an inmate at the Yakima County Jail is facing new charges after trying to escape while at a hospital for treatment. The kicker, he was 3 days from being released. Prosecutors are now filing assault and escape charges. We'll share the details. Plus, a crash in a Pasco neighborhood caught on camera, and now a city councilman is speaking out, saying there are discussions underway to create a traffic unit within the police department. We'll have those details as well. And the city of Sunnyside still working to find ways to fund the city pool in the community center. Council members have reviewed the financial challenges, but no decision has been made. We'll bring you to the council chambers. We'll have that story and more coming up as you start your day with us right here on Action News. Good Thursday morning, everybody. I'm Dave Furtado.
And I'm meteorologist Jefferson Donovan.
And Jefferson, in the world of weather, another chilly start to the day today, but I think today is when we're starting to see maybe some cloud coverage start to work its way into our area.
Yeah, clouds are going to be back in abundance today, especially as we go into the afternoon. This morning, we'll still be looking at those mostly clear skies, unfortunately, keeping those temperatures pretty chilly, or at least enabling those temperatures to dip to pretty chilly values. Clouds will be on an increasing trend through the day. We'll hold on to some clouds tomorrow, but then the weekend, we will be right back to the abundant sunshine. Looking out at Yakima this morning, though, again, still looking at mostly clear skies at this point, and that is why temperatures are so chilly. 17 degrees at present. Here's a look at your weather headlines today going forward. Clouds will be on that increasing trend today, as I've already referenced. There could be some light mountain snow coming tonight through tomorrow morning. Not a huge concern, but again, a little bit of a difference than the calm weather everyone has been seeing thus far as of late. And then as we go into the weekend, we will all be back to the sunshine. We'll talk more about all three of these weather headlines coming up.
Thanks, Jefferson. We begin this morning in the Tri-Cities. Violence at a gender reveal party. Police in Pasco have arrested a man accused of stabbing his sister's boyfriend 7 times at the event. Now, according to court documents, the 27-year-old man was at the party in the 900 block of Lincoln Drive on Saturday with his brother, his sister, and her boyfriend. Police say the boyfriend got into a fight with the younger brother, and that's when the older brother stabbed the boyfriend. He faces an assault charge. An inmate from the Yakima County Jail who tried to escape is now back in jail and facing new charges. Yakima police say Kyle Andrew Barrett was 3 days from being released when he was taken to multi-care Yakima Memorial Hospital after he ingested the contents of a chemical cold pack. While at the hospital, Barrett tried to run for it and fought with an officer. A hospital security officer helped the officer get Barrett handcuffed, but only after Barrett continued to resist until he was threatened with being tased. Barrett was taken back to jail and now faces new charges of assault and escape. A man convicted of a 2019 homicide at the Yakima Inn is going to be resentenced. Joshua James Glazier was convicted of second-degree murder and unlawful possession of a firearm and sentenced to 23 years in prison for the killing. Glazier appealed, saying part of his sentence was based on juvenile convictions that shouldn't have been considered. The judge in his appeals hearing agreed and ordered Glazier's case to be sent back to Superior Court for a full resentencing. A Pasco City Councilman is speaking out after a violent crash in a residential neighborhood. What you just saw is video from a neighbor's doorbell camera on Providence Lane in Pasco. Obviously, that driver was going much faster than the speed limit. City Councilman Leo Perales says while it doesn't always end in a crash, something has to be done about the speeding in West Pasco, especially where people live.
We look to other cities to kind of think about the kind of programs and the layout that we can do here in the city of Pasco.
Perales says the city council is looking for funding to create a traffic unit within the Pasco Police Department to work on problems like this. We'll bring you any new information as we get it. And efforts continue to try to rescue some Husky puppies that are trapped underground in Sunnyside. 8 puppies were discovered 5 days ago. So far, 4 of them have been rescued, but rescuers believe there are at least 2 more puppies beneath the road, and maybe even 4. Firefighters from Yakima County have used thermal cameras to confirm the puppies are there. A search and rescue team is also helping out with the effort.
Hearing the crying and know you can't help is not fun. So a lot of prayers or, whatever, positive vibes, whatever, that's what we need. We need the officials to hear us. We need Yakima County to stay on this.
KEPR is currently fostering the 4 rescued puppies. Members of the search and rescue team said they plan to use this as a training opportunity and want to adopt 2 of the puppies and use them for future missions. Yakima County Commissioner LaDon Lindy visited the site and says he wants to hold CAP off after the rescue operation is complete. The city of Sunnyside is still working to resolve funding issues for the city pool and community center. KIMA's Anissa Williams shows us how the officials reviewed the financial challenges tied to both facilities but reached no final decisions.
Raul Sanchez, the Public Works Director, detailed the cost of running the pool, including staff wages, chemicals, and other expenses. City Manager Mike Gonzalez outlined several funding options under consideration, including raising entrance fees, increasing the utility tax, or creating a public facilities district funded by a small sales tax increase. Other possibilities include a property tax levy, community donations, or cutting the pool hours and staff.
The quickest recommendation I can make is this increase of the utility tax, because it'll help our kids have the pool this year, and that will allow staff to really look at, if we're going to do and look at these other options, how do we go about it the best way?
The clock is ticking as the city needs to notify a lifeguard trainer and order necessary equipment repairs by the end of January if the pool is to open for the summer. Gonzalez said the city is also considering selling city-owned property to help generate short-term revenue. But even with an emergency situation like the pool, he would hate using one-time things just to bring in money.
The thought as your finance director right now of selling a piece of property, one-time money to, I hate to say the word, kick the can down the road to open the pool for 1 year. I don't know how well that would go. What do we do next year for that?
Meanwhile, the Sunnyside Community Center is operating with limited resources after budget cuts eliminated recreation staff. While the center is still available for rentals and activities like basketball and pickleball, its future depends on finding sustainable funding. Reporting for Action News, I'm Anissa Williams.
KIMA's Anissa Williams, thank you. And the council will continue weighing the options in the weeks ahead. And finally, the Fort Walla Walla Museum is hoping to build a shelter to protect the sole surviving train of the Walla Walla and Columbia River Railroad. This pre-1880 machine is known as the Blue Mountain Locomotive. After serving in the gold rush in Alaska, being dumped into a seawall, and then being fished out years later, it finally made it home to Walla Walla in 2017. It currently has a tarp covering it, protecting it from the winter weather.
The story of this engine's journey of survival and the community coming together to make it back into what it was is an inspiring story. It shows people in Walla Walla. It shows kids that they live in an important town that was pioneering and that continues to be a town where the community comes together to accomplish big things.
Snell mentions they're hoping to have that project underway and completed by October. If you'd like to donate to the project, head over to our website, KEPRTV.com. And with that, let's jump right over to meteorologist Jefferson Donovan, because it's going to be a cold but also cloudy day today.
Yeah.
I mean, cold relatively speaking. Of course, we're still seeing, average temperatures, but it's cold comparatively to the summer we saw.
Yeah, absolutely. We are going to be looking at those temperatures a few degrees below average today, not too far off. This morning is rather cold, though, with all of us starting off with the teens once again. The difference today when compared to yesterday is going to be those clouds. Clouds will be on an increasing trend throughout the course of this Thursday. High temperatures, as you can see on your screen, will be stuck in the upper 30s today. Now, as soon as tomorrow, the sunshine is going to start to come back, and we will hold on to sunshine through the weekend. We'll talk if there's any precipitation concerns associated with the clouds coming today, coming up.